Hey guys, it's Supa here, and today we'll be covering boss Gramndi in Blizzard domain of Demon Conquest. So the requirement for this one is 600 million. And this boss is pretty straightforward even though it looks complicated. Basic attack, deals 100% attack damage to all enemies and inflicts Smasher on one random enemy. And anyone with Smasher can smash the ice sculpture directly by inflicting basic attacks or skills. Next, passive. When an enemy smashes an ice sculpture without precious treasure, we'll find out what this is soon. Gramndi will deal some damage. Meanwhile, Gramndi will clear the target's turn meter and inflict freeze. For the passive, when a battle starts, Gramndi enters this high spirit status, which just gives him basically some additional damage and turn meter. And then when a battle starts, summons 4 ice sculptures, one of them is granted precious treasure. And this ice sculpture's max health is 100 and whatever, this is not really important. The main thing is that when the ice sculpture with precious treasure is smashed, Gramndi will exit this high spirit status, and for each existing ice sculpture without precious treasure, then it will increase the damage that he takes. Then finally, for his last skill, he resummons 4 ice sculptures. So this is pretty straightforward, and I'm actually going to try and use the exact same team I used for the previous boss just to show that it is pretty straightforward. The main thing is that you need to identify which of your characters have the Smasher effect, right? So let's take a look over here. And I believe it's on our Oliver. I believe it's this thing with the target over here. So you can see he does have the Smasher effect, which can smash the ice sculpture directly. The second thing you need to note is to break the precious treasure scorpion, which is very clear, indicated to you via this mark over here as well. So first we can start off with just dealing our regular attacks, which isn't going to do really that much. But once we reach our Oliver's turn, we do want to attack the sculpture and break it directly. So now that we make sure we use a damaging attack and we attack and break the corresponding sculpture. And now this gives us room to deal our damage to the boss. So once you understand the mechanic, this is a very straightforward boss. So next, you can see he used his skill 4, I believe, and then this respawned the sculpture. So once again, we need to identify which of our characters have the mark. This time it's the Narit. And very simple, attack the corresponding sculpture like so, and then now we can continue dealing our damage. It really doesn't get any more simple than this. And it does help that because of the boss, whenever we kill the sculpture, he does receive even more damage. You can see the damage that we're dealing is very high. Once again, our Oliver needs to be the one dealing damage to this sculpture over here, so let's just waste, or rather just do basic attacks with our other characters. We destroy the sculpture. Now we can afford to deal damage to the boss. And you can see we are very quickly approaching the 600 million damage requirement that we have for this boss. In fact, we've already just hit it. So let's exit out of the fight. 600 million in 3 turns is of course very nice. And if you're looking for teams you can simply use the recommended hero function, and hopefully there will be some teams that other people use. But this one honestly is a pretty straightforward fight, and you just simply need damage dealers once you understand the mechanic. So that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.